Hi everyone, my name is Mayank Rastogi and I'm taking a course on cloud computing taught by Professor Grechanik at the University of Illinois at Chicago. So as part of this course, I had to develop a Spark application which computes the PageRank values of the faculty at the UIC CS department. The PageRank is calculated based on their publications and the co-authorships with each other using the DBLP dataset. So in this video, I will be showing you how you can deploy my application on AWS Elastic Map Reduce or EMR. So first of all, we need to download the DBLP dataset. So I have the DBLP website open here with me, and I'll just scroll down and click on this link to get to this page where I can download this dblp.xml.gz file here. So what you need to do is you just need to download this file to your computer and you can then extract it. So once you're done with that, go to your AWS management console and we'll go to S3. So now we need to create a S3 bucket. Let's just name it com.myankrastogi.cs441.hw5. Click on create. Now this will be our bucket where we will be placing our jar file and the output from our Spark application. Now let us generate the jar file for our Spark application. So I'll open command prompt here and issue the commands clean, compile, assembly. You can see that the jar file has been created in target Scala 2.11 as Mayank Rastogi homework 5 assembly.jar. So we will go to our S3 bucket and click on upload, and we'll just drag this file here and click on upload. One more step that you need to do is you need to upload your dblp.xml file to your S3 bucket. So I had already done that for my MapReduce homework and I had placed it in dblp input over here. So I'll be using this file directly. So let's go back to our EMR and we'll go and create a cluster. Let's name it Spark PageRank cluster, and for log files I'll specify my S3 bucket as the output folder. The launch mode will be cluster and I'll select Spark from here so that it installs Spark automatically when it spins up the cluster. So I'll go with the default settings over here, and in my EC2 key pair I'll select a key pair that I had already generated previously, which will allow me to SSH into this cluster. So let's create the cluster. Now while the cluster is being started, I'll go to steps section and click on add step. Now here I need to select Spark application and let the name be Spark application itself, and here in Spark submit options I'll need to specify the class of my Spark application. So that would be com.myinvestigator.cs441.hw5.dblp page rank. I'll just copy this because this is the name of my S3 bucket. So from application location I'll select the jar file, and in arguments I'll specify the input which will be my bucket name slash DBLP input slash dblp.xml, and the output directory would be output dir slash. Now action on failure, I'll set it as cancel and wait, and let's click on add button. Let's check what is the status of our cluster. So it is still starting, and we can see that there are certain links here to enable web connection and to SSH into this cluster. So you can configure a Foxy proxy to open a dynamic port onto this cluster, which will allow us to um, open a web connection to the Spark history server and the Yarn resource manager. So if you go here, you can see how you can configure a proxy management tool. So the links here will tell you how to configure Foxy proxy. I already have it configured in my machine. So what we need to do is we need to copy this and I'll go here, go to bash and paste this. So now this will allow us to use this port to connect to the cluster. So I'll go in my proxy settings and use the predefined patterns and priorities. Now you should be able to click on this and open the history server and monitor the status of your application. So we can see that everything is completed. So we can go back to our steps section and see that the status is completed. Now let's just terminate this cluster once this is done. Now let's go to S3 again, browse to our bucket, and we can see that the log files have been put in this directory and the output dir contains the output from our Spark application. So just so that we can download these files all at once, let's just go back to this and we'll issue the command AWS S3 copy recursive, provide the name of our bucket and output dir, and I'll copy it as output dir. It seems I forgot to mention S3 here, so let me just do that. Okay, so the files should have been downloaded now. Let's go back to this output dir. So we can see these folders and files have been created. So I can open this using any text editor and I'll find the name of the faculty and their page rank values which have been calculated. So similarly, the page ranks of publications can be seen here. So the this is it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you have any feedback for me, please leave it in the comment sections. I'd love to hear whatever feedback you have for me. Thank you for watching.